from NBC News. This is Today with Kathie Lee Gifford and Hoda Kathie.
The end of a marriage is never easy, and that's especially true when you realize that it might have been mostly your fault.
And that feeling can leave some guys rattled, kind of like this scene from the upcoming movie Goodbye to All That with Paul Schneider and Amy Sedaris. Take a look.
You're getting divorced?
How did you hear that? I haven't even told anybody.
Oh, that's horrible. Horrible. Oh, I bet you're just stunned, right? You just think of yourself as the biggest loser ever, right?
Well, I really don't know what's happening. I just sort of muddle through my days, and I'm stunned.
Yeah. Well, musician, dad, and your tango writer, Serge Bielanko, recently came to the realization that he made 4 big mistakes that actually ruined his marriage. He blogged about it in the Huffington Post, and he's here with psychiatrist Ish Major. Nice to see you again, Ish. Who has some advice for your marriage. This is a very brave thing you're doing. Are you glad? This is recent, isn't it? This is not something you've had years to think about.
No, it's fairly sudden. I think with divorce, I never dreamed that I would be married in the first place. I got married, had kids, and then I never dreamed I would be divorced. And I'm not sure which one I'm worse at.
And how old are your kids?
My kids are 5. Violet's 5, Henry's 3, and Charlie is 9 months.
And your divorce is almost final.
It is, yeah.
Wow. Ish, is it healthy that he's here writing this blog and being here and talking about it this quickly?
I think it's very cathartic, right? Because you know what they say, hindsight is always 20/20, and in relationships, nowhere more true. So he's got laser vision for us now to share some lessons that we can learn.
All right, let's start with the 4.
So
four big mistakes.
Mistake number 1, you say you got fat. What did you mean by that?
Mostly I mean that metaphorically speaking. I think that I got fat, meaning I got lazy. I certainly did get fat. I drank too many beers just sitting on the couch. But more than that, I think I just stopped concentrating on the fact that there's someone else sharing my life with me, and
who's equally important.
Yeah, and I'm sure she would probably say something to the same effect, that we both became lazy in concentrating on one another and thinking about our life together.
Is that a matter of just taking one another for granted? You say, I got the guy, I got the woman, now it's my,
Absolutely right. And he touched on it when you said, don't get lazy, continue to do the work, continue to date.
Yeah.
You got to do the killer bees. These things, if you don't do, you got to be kind, be compassionate, be funny, be flirty, be sexy. It's not always about sex, but you got to continue to work.
That's the second one, isn't it?
I was just about to say, number 2, you said sex was all about you.
It was. I'm embarrassed to say that on national TV, but I think that maybe it will help some people because I believe that, sex should be fun. It should be awesome, really.
For everybody.
Yeah, for everyone involved.
We don't judge if there's 5 or 6 people there. It just should be fun for everybody.
Right. And the communication part of it is such a huge thing I'm finding out after the fact.
I feel like you should have talked to her more.
Yeah, did she say that this is not good for me?
Yeah, she did. She would tell me things in the bedroom.
And you just ignored her?
Well, I didn't ignore her exactly. I more or less said, why is she talking right now? And that, has
all the guys are going,
And all the women now are going,
Ish, is this a common problem?
It's a big problem because when you get married, you start taking photos. You stop communicating. Here's what guys fear is the foreplay thing. Here's the best foreplay. When she wakes up in the morning, say, "Good morning, beautiful. How'd you sleep?"
Oh, good morning,
That's
beautiful.
when it
I would say, "Good morning."
Right?
I'd fluff my hair.
So number 3.
Yeah, we got to keep this through.
You didn't help pay the bills?
Well, I did help pay the bills in the sense that I made money. I always had a job. I was never unemployed. I didn't lay around playing video games or something like that. However, my wife was very good with finances, and I just allowed her to take over paying the bills.
Yeah, you were relieved probably.
Yeah, in a sense that I would think that, okay, I mow the lawn, you pay the bills. However, I think looking back on it, if I had just made an effort and said, can I help? Can I sit down with you once a week, once a month even, and maybe help you
figure this out?
Yeah, even if I don't understand what's going on.
Sometimes you don't want to handle everything, even though we're capable of handling it. Maybe we don't want to have to do it all the time.
And the idea
we
that
want to feel like we're partners in things.
Yeah, the idea that I cared would have gone a long way.
All right, we want to get to the 4th one.
Number 4.
Limited time.
You said things you can never take back.
I certainly did. Yeah, I think anybody that has ever been through a rough relationship, you have these sort of habit energies that you might go to where you turn into someone that throws things or someone that gets angry. And for me, it was words. I used words
It's
as
so
weapons.
painful.
And yeah, it's worse than anything I can imagine, you know. It's a form of abuse.
We
in a
have to
sense.
go, and we could talk to you all day long. But Ish, is he's on the road to having a very different kind of relationship in the future?
Next relationship for Serge is going to be fabulous because you've learned the lessons now and you're ready to move on. And you're taking the time to heal. That's the most important thing.
And don't forget those kids in the process. You'd be a great daddy to them, too, okay?
And I hear you
Thank you
are.
for your bravery.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me.
All right, if you want to read his original blog posting, go to klgandhoda.com. It's quite an eye-opener.
All right, still ahead.